Welcome all to another episode of Football Mezzanine. This week we discuss what might be the best Champions League goal of all time, the worst Champions League goals of all time, as well as some spicy transfer news.
We are Liverpool, tra la 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 la. We are Liverpool, we don't have Salah.
Hey, we had him for the first 30 minutes. The first 30 minutes of the game were neck to neck against Real Madrid.
That sounded like a little bit too brutal.
Ramos.
I was actually really sad when Salah went off, don't get me wrong. I was really sad. It was billed as Salah versus Ronaldo, and he gets injured after 20 minutes by quite the vicious looking tackle from Ramos, like on first glance.
It was heartbreaking.
Yeah.
It was heartbreaking. Like I said, I was torn. I was for Real Madrid because chose them to win
I think
it all.
everyone who wanted
but Liverpool,
who was against Real Madrid, was supporting Liverpool essentially, and Salah. So
Every neutral was supporting Liverpool.
It's because they're the underdogs. You always go for the underdog, right?
And yeah, I'd say so.
Yeah.
And obviously because like Real Madrid have won it for the past like 3 or 2 years, and now three.
3 in the last 4, and now 4 in the last 5.
It's just
which
like
is ridiculously insane.
I don't know. That they should be outlawed from the Champions League. I'm telling you, like
basically at this
they should
point,
not be allowed to play in the competition. You know, bicycle kicks for days, man.
Dude, what a goal! What a goal! Oh my god.
Yeah, and like we'll get on to that, but
I was just stunned in my seat. Like I was rooted to my spot, just like Karius was.
Yeah, we'll get to that, but just starting off the game, it started off with Liverpool actually dominating Real Madrid, and they were forcing them back. Salah, Firmino, and Mane were looking really lively, and I was like, I thought that they were.
Yeah, we thought we had a
really
game
positive.
on, right? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you guys were getting owned in possession, but you had way more opportunities, at least shots-wise, in the first half there.
Yeah, that's the counter-attacking pressing style that we like to play anyway, because we like to blitz opponents in the first 20, 30 minutes.
Honestly, it was going back and forth.
Which was looking to be... Well, I mean, to be fair, Real Madrid were the best side we've faced so far.
In the first half, it could have went either way. Honestly, Liverpool was playing great. And then that 30-minute mark...
I feel like that injury just changed the tide of the whole game. Like, as soon as he got injured, the entire momentum shifted to Real Madrid.
Yeah, not just the system that went down, the whole team's morale went down, which played a big part, because we play on emotions more than any other team.
It's true. And, like, your system, too, is so... Like, I can guarantee you that 99% of the training sessions before the game would have been focused on the trio of Salah, Firmino, and Mane, and counterattacking the space. So, as soon as that trident was broken, like, you guys looked lost. And, like, who can blame you, right? Like, you just didn't have a plan of attack anymore, and it, like, every time...
And not just that, we didn't have anyone off the bench to bring who was quality, because we have quality players on the bench, but they are not match fit. We had Klein, we had Lallana, who were standout players last season, but they've been injured all of this season, and they've barely played. And
not to mention...
To throw them in the Champions League final, like, yeah, we don't have a Bale off the bench. No chance.
None of them come close to a Salah either.
Right.
Also true.
But before we get too far ahead of ourselves, it is that time, drumroll please, for Stat Attack. Wait, no, not Stat Attack, for Recap. So for anyone who didn't see the game, we are covering the Champions League's final, Real Madrid versus Liverpool, where Real Madrid won 3-1. And so we're just recapping all of the ins, the outs, the pivotal points in the game. And we were just talking about the Salah 30-minute injury exit from the game, which is arguably, I would give it my TSN, I guess Americans, ESPN turning point.
TSN turning point.
TSN.
I don't know what they have in Europe. Fox Sports turning point. I think that's still North American.
Fox Sports is American.
Sky Sports.
Sky Sports
turning point.
More like BT, but still.
Yeah, so that was heartbreaking, though. Honestly, they were going neck and neck with Real Madrid up until that point, and then just, for me, it all went down from there.
Yeah, and interesting fact too, like Salah didn't actually come out of the tunnel for the entire game after that. Even for the trophy collection and the medal collection, like the entire squad went up to collect their medals, but he was nowhere to be seen, which was really
He must have been majorly hurt.
The reports are reports are because right after he knew like the Champions League final was gone, he had to shift his focus towards Egypt because this might be the only World Cup he ever gets to play in, right? So reports are he left straight away to the hospital to get checked up, which is kind of weird. But
he didn't, because like there were pictures of him in the dressing room after.
I heard reports that he's out. He's out for the World Cup.
He's only out for 3 weeks, so he might miss like the first group game.
Which makes more sense because it'd be what, like shoulder injury or something?
It's just a shoulder sprain. Yeah.
Oh, he'll be
fine. And the first game is against Uruguay for Egypt, which they are touted to lose anyway. So
I mean,
the points
would help.
Yeah, I know, but the points that Egypt should target are against Russia and Saudi Arabia, right? So,
yeah, that was.
I'll be honest. When he went down, I thought he was just faking it. But then when he
faking it,
at first I thought so, but then I started watching a bit of the replay, and I'm like, ooh, okay, no, that's pretty bad. And then when he did continue to get up, I'm like, I feel bad now. Yeah, I feel bad.
Why would he fake it though? It's like the 25th minute.
Because a bunch of players they embellish their injuries.
No, your man. It's Salah. Actually, Salah's a diver.
Yeah. So yeah, Salah dived the ones, and Klopp told him off. So now he's a good boy.
Yeah. That was sad, and I mean, what happened after that was pretty intense. A lot of people got really angry at Sergio Ramos, and I mean, I was one of them for a while, but then now, I mean, common sense prevails. They started forming a petition, which has like I think over like 50,000 signatures right now.
No, I heard it's up to 300K now.
Wow, fantastic! For UEFA to punish Sergio Ramos in some way because of what he did.
Yeah, some lawyer in Egypt drew up a lawsuit against Ramos for $1.4 billion.
Like, yeah. Where do you get that number from?
I mean, to be fair, he should sue him for like 10% of Egypt's GDP, because that's Salah right there.
Maybe that's where he came with the 1.4 billion from.
Probably, honestly.
Ramos wouldn't even have that. 1.4 billion.
Yeah, Ramos. No
Shrikar, as a Liverpool fan, PSG. Shrikar, do you think the Ramos tackle was intentionally meant to hurt him?
See, I definitely think it was intentional, but I don't think it was. He meant to rough him up, but he didn't mean to rough him up as much as what took place.
I agree with you to the degree.
That's what I think, because I know Ramos is a cunt, but like I don't think he's that much of an ass to actually kill a player's complete. Like what they were trying to do in my mind was to rough Salah up for the entire game so that his confidence wanes, but I don't think they wanted to actually take him out of the game.
Yep, right. I agree with that.
I don't know that the tackle actually looked really forced.
Yeah, I know what you mean, but I refuse to believe any football player would actually drop to that length to
Ramos
is
just it's his style in the sense that he goes hard and he will rough you up as a result, and it's part of the reason why he's such a great defender. But it's also not his style just to go and injure the player. I think everyone would rather have more of a actual good, fair game, but definitely he was going to rough him.
They were targeting him for sure. They're trying
to knock him off his game, right? And honestly, if I'm a coach, I'm going to tell my guys, this player here, get in his face, rough him up a bit, because it's going to throw him off his game, and then he's out for the rest of the game as far as he's not going to be playing well, right? So that's what he was probably told.
Right, exactly. I think it was more of a confidence thing more than, like, taking him out of the game completely.
Yeah, I know. Definitely he wasn't going in for taking him out of the game. I agree with you.
Okay. That's fair.
I mean, I might be wrong, but I refuse to believe that any football player would actually do that.
I'm sure some would, but I think it'd be very, very small numbers.
At this level, I don't yeah, exactly.
I think it'd be a very small number.
And Ramos is an experienced player who's like been through a lot himself, so
moving on
I don't think he has that. I don't think he has a trash can of a heart.
I disagree, but okay.
Moving on from the injury, they kept it level at 0-0 or 0-0.
Dude, that's what I was hoping for. After Salah was gone, I was just like, please get to halftime, please get to halftime without conceding.
They were able to bring it out to halftime, and that's where it all went down from there in the second half.
And then Loris Karius forgot his... I don't even
know. How
in the 51st minute. So for anyone who didn't see that one, Benzema ended up getting the goal, but it was a complete and utter blunder by Karius, Liverpool keeper. Has it, he goes, I think he does a fake, and then he goes to throw it, but right beside Benzema, so Benzema just sticks his leg out, blocks it, and then it goes back towards the net a bit, and then Benzema just passes him and then taps it in.
Dude, what's with us and getting unlucky goals against us this season? That Willian goal.
Yeah, I think that's down to
I understand what
incompetent.
you mean, but yeah, that was just bad.
And then the Kane goal, and then oh my god! After that, we had like a screamer Wanayama against us, Bale against us. This was just
a completely different situation.
On the flip,
I think.
Okay,
on the flip side though,
Lovren's own goal. I mean Milner's own goal.
I think
that was comical.
Back on topic. On the flip side is
this is topic.
Yeah, but on specifically the blunder. On the flip side, is Benzema allowed to be that close right outside the box to the goalie? I've known when I've played at pretty high up, not obviously professional, pretty high up, the refs would generally, if they got pretty damn close like that and they went to block me when I went to like drop kick it or something, if it went and hit them and they jumped in front kind of thing, they'd give them a card or at least call it back. Like, it's different if he chucked it at him and he wasn't trying to block it, but Benzema was clearly trying to block it, though.
It was a fine line between obstructing the goalkeeper and touching the ball when it was in play, and in this case, it was already in play because it left his hand, and then Benzema blocked it. So, like,
no goalkeeper
that's how
should,
the referee explained it.
Yeah, no goalkeeper should actually even be, like, attempting a throw when a player is that close anyway.
Well, you can attempt a throw, you just do it
overhand. He had other options.
But he went for under.
But it was just so bizarre, man. Like, I saw it happen, and for the first second, I just froze.
I was like, I don't know. I thought it was offside. I swear, I thought it was offside from the previous attack, and that's why I think my first thought
was like, okay, that's not gonna count, and then my second thought was, wait, hold on, and then
what's
my third
going
thought
on?
Was like,
and then I see Benzema celebrating like crazy.
Way. Yeah, and I'm like, no, it's gonna count.
I'm like,
no way.
Here we go.
He already got an offside goal. I think by that point, didn't he?
Yeah, it was in the first half.
That was offside, though. That was proven offside.
Oh, yeah. I was just mentioning it. Yeah, so that was the blunder by the keeper for Liverpool there.
Which was just... And then Karius was like appealing to the ref. Dude, I felt so bad for Karius by the end of the day. It was just such...
It just went from like anger to like sympathy to like, I would not want to be in his shoes.
He was crying at the end, too.
It was so sad.
But for anyone who didn't see, that was not the end of his sorrows. Dum dum dum.
And then Gareth Bale came on.
Yeah, well, I guess
Bale in a giant
Mane goal,
to Zidane.
That was nice.
Oh yeah, dude, I went crazy for that goal. I went crazy for that goal.
I was there.
Yo, here we go. And then, to be fair, Lovren assist. Lovren was on point. Our entire backline was on point this game.
And that tied it up 1-1 at that point in the 55th minute.
Yep, and then if it's Real Madrid, there's always more goals. There's always more goals involved. And Gareth Bale with a big fuck you to Zinedine Zidane.
Yeah, he had a great game.
On. Yeah, and after the game, his interview, like, I don't know if you guys saw, but he
absolutely slaughtered him in the interview.
Slam dunked his point to like the reporter. He was like, "Yeah, I'm not playing enough. Like, if I don't play more, I'm definitely not going to stay." Like, he clearly said that.
It's not once, but multiple times in the same interviews.
I'm curious,
like,
is he coming up at the end of a contract? Because generally, sometimes players will use that as a leverage to get a bigger pay.
No, he actually wants to play, man. When I saw the lineup, I was so shocked that he wasn't playing.
Yeah. I don't doubt it.
Form,
huge speculation about him going. I mean,
Man United.
Yeah, but the thing is, they just spent so much money on Sanchez. I can't see them getting Bale as well. It would just be an absolute
I don't know,
waste.
Man. They would need they do need a new left back.
Well, you know what's going to happen? They're going to get rid... put him back to his old position. But what would happen, I can see maybe, is if they get rid of Anthony Martial, then they might try and replace with Bale, maybe.
But they don't need to get rid of
They don't need him, honestly. Yeah, I agree with you. They don't need him.
I mean, if they do get him, they would be a lot stronger.
They'd turn him into like a freaking CM.
He's also close to 30 now as well, isn't he? He's 29?
He's 28. He's 28, I think.
I thought he was 29.
He's in his prime.
But, like, he's still in his prime because...
He has at least 3 or 4 solid years ahead of him.
Yeah.
So another big contract, essentially.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think he's leaving. I don't think he's staying.
He's bound to leave.
If Zidane stays on as manager, I don't think he's staying.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if he goes too.
After 3 in a row.
But yeah, he came on and then he he just did that.
Yep. He was like,
he
you
did
know
it.
what?
He just like
he out Ronaldo.
He out Ronaldo. When that went in,
the only thing I wanted to see was
seconds.
him taking his shirt off.
Oh yeah,
that's all I wanted to see.
That second goal was the bicycle kick, right?
Like, no, the first one was the bicycle kick.
Sorry. Yeah, I meant the second goal of Real Madrid. Yeah, the first goal of Gareth Bale was the bicycle kick.
Yeah.
That was a beauty.
Yeah.
Absolute
Dude,
beauty.
after he scored that second goal, I really wanted to see him like take off his top and do like the C right in front of Ronaldo.
Oh yeah, that
Dude,
reminded
that
me
would have been
entirely
jokes
of
like that would have
Ronaldo's
been a
goal.
huge fuck you to all the Madrid supporters, everyone who's booed him.
Well, no, the Madrid supporters don't actually dislike him. It's just the manager.
I think they're indifferent to him. Like I don't see
know.
them like
See,
the
him.
Madrid
Any of
supporters
the players
are
for
just
that.
generally not the greatest.
Whoa,
in the stadium, at
guys,
least.
whoa. As far as Madrid supporters, I think this is a fair response, and I think I've read this from them, is that they're very passionate on both spectrums. So if they're not doing well, they'll be vocal about it. But if they're doing well, they will also like treat them like gods. So you have just both opposite ends of the spectrum. And for anyone who watches hockey, it's like Montreal Canadiens.
Right, like this definitely doesn't apply to all Madrid supporters, but the supporters that are in full voice, like they tend to be pretty toxic. Like if you're a Madrid supporter listening, obviously if you know you're not, I don't.
You can say toxic, but you can also say passionate, right? Because
I don't think so. In this case, I'd be inclined to say
yeah,
toxic.
me neither.
Because like the shit that they say to their own players in their stadium is pretty vile. Like
And
Ronaldo
it's
went
the
through like
quality
a
players.
4-game streak or something like last year when he didn't score at all, and they started like shouting like, "We don't want you at our club. You're shit." Like it's just like
it's
they have really
Ronaldo for
short
God's
memories.
sake. Like, are you kidding me right now?
If I'm being fair, maybe a little bit on the side of more, they should probably tone it down a little bit. But I can understand at least the both opposite ends of the spectrum. But again, I just compare it to hockey and the Montreal Canadiens.
No, but then you have a fan base like Liverpool who's like supporting all their like even their Lovrens through the shitty phases, and then you see like
yeah, it's true.
a player like Ronaldo who's had consistently top seasons, and he goes on a 3-game like barren run and boo like that. That's
they expect a lot of their players, but I mean it's part of the reason I think some of them want to go there is because there's that whole atmosphere of every game is kind of pivotal almost.
I think you can have that at clubs that aren't.
Yeah,
as
you
toxic,
can.
though.
I'm just saying. Well, yeah.
Like United or I
Yeah.
think the polar opposite, right? Like they support their players through no matter.
I don't
what.
think toxic is
Like-
the right word. I guess that's what I'm getting at.
Fair
I think it'd
enough.
be kind of an
Fair,
in-between
okay.
for that and passionate kind of thing.
Sure. I guess short memories is what I mean. Like they don't
Sure.
really.
That's fair, yeah. Go kind of game to game, almost.
Yeah. But
yeah.
like, for example, Shrikar, you were just talking about Liverpool and how they support. Karius went up to the fans after the game, like with tears in his eyes, just like bawling his eyes out, and like the fans were applauding him, which was really
Yeah,
nice
I
to
saw
see.
that. That was interesting.
That was really nice to see.
Yeah, because
And,
to be honest, if we're being completely fair, he screwed them over that game.
Oh man.
Yeah, for
And we're
sure,
getting to the
he
second
knows it.
one
Everyone
still.
knows it. Klopp knows it.
Yeah.
Everybody knows it.
Yeah.
It's the harsh truth, and it's true,
Bicycle
but
kick, nothing
like
he
the-
could have done on that. Absolutely nothing he could have done.
Not sure if it was nothing. Like
The bicycle kick in the
In that
corner.
moment, you don't expect that
The bicycle
shot,
kick in the
right?
corner,
I mean,
no way. From that close, that pace, that like location, no way. Coming from my goalie background,
Okay, you'd have to be a
No way.
top keeper to save that. Like you'd have to be a Neuer. You'd expect a Neuer or De Gea
Nope, I wouldn't.
to have
honestly,
a chance of
I
saving
wouldn't even
that.
expect them to
I
save
think
it.
De Gea saving that.
I think.
like it wasn't in the corner. If you actually look at it, it was pretty central.
It was pretty
Yeah,
central.
but you have to remember
and
there's
Karius jumped
people around. You
prematurely.
don't expect the shot, the speed of it. Like you have to have some impeccable reaction timing just to even get that.
Fair enough. Yeah.
Let's just
I
say
get that.
like
I get that.
let's just say like I wouldn't be surprised if he saved that.
De
shot.
Gea pulled off that. Yeah. There
No,
we go.
I'd see. I'd be surprised if any of the top keeper in the world saved it. I would. I wouldn't expect anyone to save it, but I could see some of the top keepers saving it. I'm not phrasing this at all well, but
Okay, fair.
I'm hoping that comes
And-
across.
You're just leaning a little more on the other side than us.
Yeah.
Fair.
And personally, I think that goal was the best goal ever scored in the Champions League.
Really?
Like, at least
Oh,
this
yeah.
Over the
season.
Ronaldo one.
But people,
Oh yeah, easy.
yeah.
Easy,
Did you look
easy,
at the
yeah.
technique, man? It was like
It was very nice.
coming at him, like it was curling away from him. It was going way faster than like the cross for Ronaldo's kick, and like it was just he had to curl it back too. It was just an insane technique.
Honestly,
And, like,
at this point, it's just getting so hard to to start picking them all. There's just too many bicycle kicks now. Just
Yeah,
every game.
It's just like
So
that's good to see though. Like that was amazing goal. I couldn't even be mad at the goal. I'm like, okay, you do you.
In the Champions League final too, under all the pressure,
Yeah, I
it was
know.
yeah,
beautiful.
like you can't be mad at that goal.
goal of his life. It was like a second touch after coming on.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
He had one touch in like the center of the box somewhere there, and then boom.
Boom. Welsh was.
And then to be fair, Mane hit the post too.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Mane hit the post. If that
you
had gone
guys were
in,
still in it. You guys were still in it at 2-1.
yeah,
but-
even at, yeah, because we 2-1. If Karius doesn't make that third error, which completely killed off the game,
Yeah,
it could have been worse. It could have been 5 because Lovren and Robertson made 2 pivotal tackles
I know.
on Bale and Ronaldo
Robertson with
each.
that tackle on Ronaldo was insane.
That was crazy.
Ronaldo was 1-on-1, and Robertson just like out
The
of
shirt was
nowhere.
coming off. Like the shirt was coming off. I could see it.
That second half though, Real Madrid was more all over you guys. I would give it definitely
Oh,
to them
yeah.
on that second one. But again, it's
yeah.
all because of Salah. Like I don't even think it was just the impact of him. I think it was the mental impact on the entire team.
Definitely.
Liverpool, just the loss.
Because
of
you
him.
train with. Because our philosophy essentially is let the front three do their thing, and with like 33% of that missing, like
So let's move on to the second Karius blunder, the third goal of Real Madrid, because I want to at the end of
Dude,
just
I
do a
don't
quick
know
recap
what
of like
happened.
Champions League like 11 if we were to pick kind of thing, like who were the best 11. But let's
All
go to
right.
the Karius one before that.
So you want to pick Karius for the 11,
Oh
right?
fuck no.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Oh hell no.
that, I think Karius has the most clean sheets in the competition.
Okay, I'm picking Karius. I know who I'm picking.
Not at the
yeah,
end of that
anyway.
final, no.
Hey, if you go by stats,
So yeah, for that last one there, Bale was
I mean, for this
outside
one-
the 18, just kind of curves it.
When Bale took that shot on, I was like, this is classic Bale. Like from half
Oh,
the
yeah.
field out, just like shooting. I knew he was going to get it on target, but like it was just going straight towards Karius' hand. So I'm like,
mate, that
okay.
was a routine save.
Routine
Like,
save. And
punch
then he pulls an Akinfeev. And I'm like,
Straight
oh,
up.
oh,
through the
no.
gloves, right through the gloves, and it was right above his head.
I-
It was an easy catch.
That was some Mignolet level keeping right there. Like,
Yeah, me and Shrikar were watching it together, and we were both
I had no
just-
reaction after that goal. I
we
was
were
just
both
like,
just
okay, this is life
silent.
now.
We were both silent for like 30 seconds. We just watched the
This
screen in
is, yeah,
silence.
guys. Like I didn't even yell at him. I didn't do anything. I'm like, huh, okay.
Yeah, it was sad, man. And you summed it up by saying everything that could go wrong for Liverpool did go wrong.
Yeah, basically.
It was really sad.
Because
But,
all I
like-
wanted to see was like us going toe to toe with like none of the BS and crap in between. Just
I
like
know,
all
right?
11 against 11.
I know,
And-
that's all I wanted to see. But
And we did see glimpses of it, but oh well.
alas,
next year.
life is rough. What did you think about it? Did you think anything about
Of the final?
of the Karius fuck up?
Oh, yeah, you know what? It was another blunder. Unfortunately, that shouldn't have went in. He should have stopped it. But you know what? It is what it is, and goalies do make mistakes occasionally. So it's unfortunate that those two happened in the finals. Like if they happened during the league game, less of an impact, and you could be like, okay, like whatever, move on. But at this point in the finals, it's such a hit to them. And what it really does for
Yeah.
Liverpool and their fans is, do we need a better keeper at the back there?
I will never be confident with Karius in goal again. As hard as it is.
Shrikar, do you think Karius will ever play for Liverpool again?
Oh yeah, next season. Just
Um,
whether he's the starting.
I don't know. I don't know about that.
Personally, I don't think
Really,
so.
you guys think he's gonna get shipped off this summer?
Dude, think about it. Okay, even
maybe
if he
not
doesn't get
shipped.
shipped
Even
off,
if he doesn't get shipped off, I don't see
might-
him ever starting.
He might want to leave though, because think about it. Like, your entire legacy is gonna be, your entire life is gonna be defined by that one moment.
Especially in
basically.
England, like we've been seeing in recent days with the media.
Like
With
the media,
successful players are getting
the
ripped
media
apart.
can ruin
and
your entire life, man.
no, every single time he puts that jersey on and is in goal, every single commentator, every single analysis, every single camera is going to be on him. And
How many chants do you think are gonna be about him next season and that game? How many?
honestly, I
chants?
don't think too many. Just because if you made one mistake, sure, but just the monumental fuck up that he made, I think fans are going to be a little bit like,
I don't know.
forgiving.
That's what we thought about Steven Gerrard and that slip.
no, but
I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't see him staying just because it's gonna be like
no, I don't see him staying either.
Most difficult
I just
thing
don't
to play for those fans again. You know, even though they are the most accepting fans in the world.
Yeah, like.
Yeah.
And to be fair, he was given a second. This was his second chance because he was dropped from the team before too, after Bournemouth last season.
Yeah, I think you guys before this game, like you had a solid keeper finally. I thought.
Yeah,
so.
Everyone thought so, and
like he was playing well for the past few months, and
yeah, he had kept clean sheets. He had made some important saves. I think there was a couple of saves that were off in big games too.
Because before that, it was just like a switch of between Mignolet or Karius.
Right, and now both of them were gone.
This was finally like the game where he made his. Sorry, these were the few months where he finally like stamped his authority on the position. Yeah. And then this game sadly just probably killed it off.
So it'll be interesting.
And it is a CL final.
It'll be interesting seeing the summer what happens as far as the keeper.
I kind of want to loan him out to like a Bundesliga side for like a couple of years. Let him like recover mentally. Let him play in a different league and different environments, and then. You know, if because he's only 24.
It depends. If you guys see potential in him, and you guys are probably going to need a better keeper for next year, so it makes sense you guys going and getting one. But if you see potential in him, obviously loan him out. If you guys don't, he's going to be a good backup. I would keep him at that point.
I'm hearing you guys might get Allison from Roma.
Dude, we are spending money. Klopp is on like some revenge spending right now. Like.
Yeah, well, we'll actually get into some of the transfers, but starting 11, guys, who do you think in this?
Starting 11 for the
Champions League, yeah.
Any closing thoughts on this game, by the way? Like Tristan,
it could have been. It could have been
give
something
it to
else.
you. Like you called it all the way from the group stages. Yep. Real Madrid winning
round
the
of
entire
16.
Thing,
I called Madrid. I told you it comes down to experience. When you throw it at the end of. Like the end of the day, you can say, "Oh, this team's hot, this team's not" during their season. But if Champions League is like playoffs, you can almost throw those stats of the league out of it, and then it comes down to experience, really.
And we've seen that
Madrid's
in the NBA this season as well, with Cleveland and freaking Golden State making the playoffs again.
Congrats to Zidane though, with the three-peat there.
It's
three
insane.
back-to-back Champions League. No one has ever done
nuts. That's fucking nuts.
Not to mention he is tied for
within the European Cup. Yes,
within what his first 3 seasons, 3 Champions League. He's never gone a season without winning the Champions League.
2.5 seasons, not 3.
Oh, I guess yeah.
I was reading this interesting article today about how, like, there's no real defining style to how Real Madrid play.
Yeah.
They just end up winning every single game. Like, you know, like, when you think of Real Madrid, you don't think of a very defined, like, okay, they're a very tiki-taka team, or they're a very counter-attacking team, or they're a very this team.
Because you know a Pep side, you know a Klopp side, you know, like, a Mourinho side.
Yeah. Like, you just... Real Madrid, what do you think of, right? You just think of...
offensive
big
power.
Players just winning.
They're just offensively attacking, I find. Even their defense are offensively attacking. You look at Ramos, you look at Marcelo, like they're always going up there, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, congrats to Zidane. He's tied actually for most Champions Leagues wins with Carlo Ancelotti, who's also had 3.
It's fucking insane. And he's had 2.5 years.
He has so many years left to go too. So, and actually he's also beat Fergie's record too, as far as 2. So.
Wow. Congrats to him. And congrats to Real Madrid.
Yeah, Ronaldo has won 5 now, I think, hasn't he?
Yeah, he's
the
won
most
5.
Any player ever has.
And Real Madrid's won 4 of the last 5 Champions Leagues. It's just absolutely insane, and the stats on that happening ridiculous.
Yeah, I guess we can move on to the best 11 of the Champions League that you were talking about.
Yeah, so goalie-wise, I don't know about you guys, but I was thinking De Gea. Unfortunately, his team got out pretty early, but I think when he played, he was the best.
I'm thinking Alisson.
I'm inclined to agree with you. Some of the saves he made during those group stages and round of 16, especially against Sevilla, I think you guys are forgetting that performance he had away at Sevilla, which was insane. Like, remember, like, Shrikar, when we were talking about like how Sevilla should have had like 3 goals? And like,
I remember.
It ended like 0-0 because of De Gea. So De
Gea was pretty good. Navas had shaky moments. Alisson got 5 scored on him by Liverpool in a single game.
I would have given it to De Gea.
Navas,
it was short, but he did well during it. Anyone? So you guys unanimous on that, or?
Yeah. David De Gea in goal for Champions League.
So right back, I would go with the youngster, the 19-year-old Alexander Arnold.
Arnold's been good, but
you know what? He shackled Sane like no one's done this season.
Yeah.
He stuck to him.
And even Ronaldo Ronaldo was surprisingly quiet in the Champions League final.
You know what? That's a really good shout, Tristan. 19 years of age, and he did not look out of place. Yep. I'm gonna give it to Alexander Arnold.
Honestly, I can't think of anyone better.
Deserve a spot on the plane.
And
to Russia.
I guess moving on, might as well do left back. For me, it was Marcelo.
Yeah, Marcelo. There's no
one
other
else.
option.
He played great, absolutely great.
He is the Champions League.
Honestly, he's an offensive left back, and it's beautiful and works perfect for Madrid. So he's been doing it for years for them.
He's literally going to be involved in half of Real Madrid's goals. He's so offensive.
Is that unanimous as well on the left back?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, Marcelo.
So moving on to the center backs, I don't know about you guys. Ramos, that's an easy one for me. And my second one, if I had to pick, a little bit on the tougher side, but I'd go probably Virgil van Dijk.
I'm not too sure about Ramos because Real Madrid have conceded a lot in this season's Champions League.
Yeah. Van Dijk has to be there.
Hasn't been strong. Van Dijk has been good.
I'm thinking Manolas maybe has a shout.
I don't know, man. Conceding that many goals against Liverpool.
that one game
he did well, but the only other person I would take over those two with Ramos and Van Dijk is Varane for Real Madrid. That's why I personally I would pick Van Dijk and Ramos, but I could substitute him in as potentially another option.
I was thinking maybe a Bayern Munich center back, but I haven't watched them too much this season.
Yeah, Bayern.
But I'm gonna leave that up to you guys. But Van Dijk is definitely in there.
Van Dijk is in there. The other spot's a bit contentious.
I don't know. There's a reason Madrid made it to the finals. That's what I'm thinking.
I don't think it's the defense, if I'm being honest.
I think it was all around team.
He didn't even pull his last minute goals this year. You know what I mean?
Also true. We can give it to.
We can leave it open.
Let's
whatever.
As an open
we
spot.
Can leave that
open.
So I was thinking doing a 3-3 position, so you got a 3 mid, 3 forwards.
Sounds good.
So for me,
that's the trend.
My triple in the middle would be Luka Modric. I think that's undisputable. I would also give it to Toni Kroos as well. And then the other one, again, short term, but Kevin De Bruyne.
Yeah.
I don't know if De Bruyne deserves a place, though.
Shut the fuck up.
It was short-termed, but he played great.
I really don't know, though.
Honestly, you couldn't ask much more from him. He was great.
Nainggolan deserves a shout, in my opinion. He was a rock.
Who?
Raja Nainggolan.
Oh, yeah, he did well, actually. That would be another option.
To be honest,
he did really well.
If we're talking about the Champions League, then I'd give it to David Silva over
Kevin
De Bruyne.
This is the Champions League.
Yeah.
So I think De Bruyne's been better in the league. So I'd give it to David Silva over Kevin De Bruyne.
That is also another option. Joshua Kimmich.
I'd give it Oxlade-Chamberlain deserves a shout.
He deserves a shout, but I think that's
Kimmich did really well.
He had one good round. 2 good rounds.
Who?
Oxlade-Chamberlain.
Oh, I was talking about Kimmich.
Kimmich made a mistake, remember, that led to the goal?
He also got 2 beauties in, against Madrid?
No, he didn't score against Madrid.
Maybe it was the round before that then.
But, so, Modric, Kroos, and I think...
James, how can we forget James?
Honestly,
assist
James
king.
Milner would be one of the other ones in contention I'd put up there. He actually did really well.
Speaking of James, I was just going to mention James Rodriguez, because he's been fantastic for Bayern.
Yeah.
He's been so good.
Well, but...
He was pivotal in that tie.
He was really good.
You know what, we can leave that one always open,
We could go for an all James 11.
Let's just make it James 11.
James. That's a lot of laundry that gets cleaned.
Good one.
All right, so for the front three, I think this one, you guys.
Salah, Firmino, Mane.
No, I was actually gonna go Salah, Firmino, Ronaldo.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's fair.
I mean, but
I want to put Sane there.
Sane was good.
Let's put
Salah, Firmino deserve it, but Mane also too.
I don't know.
Sane and the offside flag can go together.
I don't know. For me, Salah, Firmino, and Ronaldo.
Sane is like past the goalkeeper.
Okay, I think, man, if you put Salah and Firmino, you can't leave out Mane.
Yeah, as a team they work better, but in terms of like 11.
Okay, let me think.
I
think Salah has to be
Let's
there.
put it this way: based on Champions League play,
sure
would you guys
Firmino,
rather
though.
have Mane or Ronaldo?
I think Salah and Ronaldo are guarantees.
In this team, I think Salah, Mane, and Ronaldo would be better than Firmino, simply because you have Kroos and Modric and Silva taking care of the defensive
I think let's
side.
just do in terms of performances. I think Salah and Ronaldo are two guarantees. The third one,
I really think Mane deserves a shout over Firmino.
No, I don't know. Firmino also had an amazing Champions
Because
League.
Mane took the Porto game by the scruff. He scored the important goal in the Roma away tie. He also scored the goal in the City away tie.
yeah, he did.
I mean,
He's the only player to score goals in all 5 rounds of the Champions League this
honestly,
season.
Mane has
any
been
of them, it
better
could be
in the
tough.
Champions League.
Any of them, I could throw in there.
No, I think I'm going with Salah, Mane, Ronaldo.
Alright.
Because that's almost unprecedented to score in every single round of the Champions League.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think those have been the best 3 attacking players.
Yeah, so I guess that's the team.
That's our team, guys. You better have got it. If you didn't, then go the fuck back and write it down.
Send us a graphic of that team too, any of our kind listeners.
Yes, please. If you do, please.
Actually, if
tweet it to
anyone's
us.
got graphics or something they want to show us or send to us, you know what? Message us with it, and we'll see if we can incorporate it or something.
We'll shout you out to our 26 followers on Twitter. No, wait, 11 followers on Twitter. We follow 26 people.
Yo, we
Not
got.
bad.
Oh, we got 50 subs. By the way, it's our 50 sub special.
Yo, 50
Are we at
subs! Oh my god.
I guess so, yeah.
Wait, what?
No, it
Yeah.
doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. Of course, it matters, Tristan.
No, we're at
50
51. Yeah,
subs.
that's what I thought.
Woo!
We're at
51!
Yo, that's wild.
Sick.
51 special.
51 special. Cool. So that wraps up the Champions League for the 17-18 season. Amazing rounds, amazing teams. But one
games.
predictable winner.
Yeah, that's about right. Let's talk about some transfers before.
And oh boy,
the
it
summer
started
It's
off
transfer
early.
season again.
Yeah, it
Season
did.
again.
Big ones too.
Yeah, so I mean, I heard that Liverpool are signing Fabinho, and then I went to the washroom and I came back. And
Yeah,
Liverpool signed
basically.
It was,
Fabinho.
what, 40 million pounds, 40 million euros, one of the two.
I think it's 45 million euros.
See, it wherever,
That's
depending on
whatever.
who you read it from, the value changes all the frickin' time.
I think some people make the price with add-ons, and other people list the
I
price
just want
without
something
add-ons
fucking
and
standardized.
Honestly,
I think it's
I don't even care if
37.5
it's
million
44
pound,
or
It's around
45.
40 million euros, 40 million pounds, around that
something
mark.
like that.
But I think that's a great pickup. In fact, I wish Chelsea would have went back in time and got him instead of Bakayoko.
Yeah, let's hope he's.
No,
better than
apparently
last.
Monaco didn't let him go. That's the thing, though. Because Monaco last season let a lot of players go, except they wanted to keep the integral spine. So apparently it was in his like, it was like a Coutinho where they asked him to stay for a season and leave the next, essentially.
Yeah, I mean, he could be the answer to your defensive midfield problems, and I think with him, what would your midfield three look
With
like?
Naby Keita, we have to remember also Naby Keita is also coming into Liverpool.
Right. So who would your three be?
But Emre Can's leaving, so you kind of got to switch.
Chan's effectively leaving from this. Yeah.
So Shrikar, as a Liverpool fan,
dude, we
who
have
would you
depth
pick?
now. We have choices. This is new territory to me.
I think that was a great pickup for you guys. Absolutely great pickup. I think it's going to strengthen you guys in the mid for sure.
So like we're
Oh
gonna
yeah,
have
depth.
Honestly,
two
where do you guys need another position? Goalie now, probably, right?
Goalie
yeah,
and then
goalie and center back.
maybe one striker.
Goalie and center back.
I think you guys maybe need another option up at the front in case someone does get hurt. But I don't think you need to go and splash. I think you guys should splash on a goalie though.
You got Daniel Sturridge
yeah.
coming back. You're fine. Dude,
he'll be fine for 10 minutes.
I actually rate Daniel Sturridge when he's fit.
So injured,
I don't, mate.
He's good when he's fit.
When he's fit, aka never.
Yeah, but like, just get him fit. It's not
I remember when he basically got swapped with Demba.
Wait, what?
For Chelsea.
Oh, for Chelsea.
Oh yeah, for Chelsea.
Long time ago, I remember that. That was such a terrible switch. Terrible.
Chelsea are not too great with strikers, except that one time they got Costa.
Yeah.
Yeah. To be fair, Costa only succeeded because he was a cunt, and a good cunt at that.
He's aggressive front man. Also, we got this is still in the works, but it is at least agreed upon for as far as pay goes. Diogo Dalot from Porto to Manchester United. That's going to be around 20 million euros. Looks like they're going to probably pay his release clause on that.
Oh, Mourinho with his Portuguese connection.
I feel like that's actually going to probably kick out potentially Luke Shaw at that point.
Wait, really? Because today I just heard that Luke Shaw's staying.
Really? Oh, okay. Well, mine was just more pure speculation on the Luke Shaw point, so I wouldn't put any weight.
Luke Shaw should leave for his own good.
I know, right? He should just get out of there.
Yeah, you know what? He
especially
should.
with that guy Mourinho. Maybe he's just waiting for Mourinho to get the kick, because he might get the kick.
He hasn't been doing well with any manager there. Honestly, I think he should leave. Go to Man City. Maybe Guardiola can make something out of you.
Dude, speaking of Man City, why on earth are we buying Mahrez?
Yep, that actually is the next transfer, Mahrez.
Well, why? Why do we need
Okay,
Mahrez,
so the reason I was reading up on this was that I guess Guardiola, along with your kind of technical director, determined that you guys had an issue in the season sometimes when the teams would play very defensive, that you guys really couldn't do anything much against them, and that was kind of the best way to face you guys. So the nice thing with Mahrez is it gives you apparently an option, because I guess apparently he's pretty good individually one-on-one, so if you put him on the side, he can drag out a couple extra guys or even an extra guy, which then gives you the extra space at that point for your opposite end, where you have your Sané and Sterling, I guess.
I don't know, man. As a City fan, like, scoring goals has not been our problem this season. It's been
I think it's just
maybe
I think they're getting them for those specific scenario, which occasionally will happen, and at least that way then it gives them that little bit extra boost that they need, especially if they do come into a critical game where it happens, then they're covered. And I think that's the whole thing for them.
I'm just worried that this means that one of Sterling, Sané, or Bernardo Silva is not going to get any game
I don't think
time.
so. Guardiola's pretty good at rotating through.
No, but that's the thing. We as English fans are not used to having massive depth benches like the Barcelonas, Bayerns, and Real Madrid, right? So I think the ideology is shifting, where we're seeing massive spending in terms of bench boost.
I don't know though. Like, one of our biggest strengths this season has been that we've had such a consistent starting 11.
You guys,
like, our front three has always been Sterling, Sané, Aguero.
Yeah, but I think it goes.
But if one of them gets a long-term injury, like say Ox got injured for like 9 months now, and we could really use Ox in place of Salah in the final.
But we have Bernardo Silva as a
but
backup.
The thing is, it's not only the injury. I agree with Shrikar that is one of the options, and they're definitely trying to cover. But the other thing is, with Premier League, you play so many games with the two cups. Which is the English Cup, the FA Cup, you have the season, you also have the Champions League on top of that. There's so many games, you need the depth. And that's what even Antonio Conte was trying to say, like, I don't have the depth. Like, you need to buy more players so you have them, and then kind of incorporate a rotation, because just the fatigue of playing all those games, especially getting into that second half of the season, like January onwards, you need the large depth. And I think that's what Guardiola is trying to bring, especially from like kind of the Spanish side, where they had a lot of depth.
But I feel like we already do have the depth.
You guys
which
do,
is why
but
I'm concerned.
I think they wanted him for the point I mentioned earlier,
like
and a bit of the depth.
I don't know. This might cause like some squad disharmony.
I'm
because
sure he'll be able to handle it.
Not going to get.
He's going to be able to handle it. I'm sure. All it is how you manage your players, and he seems to manage his players pretty well.
I don't know. You look at Ibrahimovic at Barca.
Yeah, Ibra, I think, is a little bit different with his personality there. He came into the LA Galaxy and then took out a newspaper article, and it just said on the whole page, "You're welcome." Signed Zlatan at the bottom. You're welcome,
what
LA.
A fucking guy. Yeah, that was insane. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I personally, I don't think we need him, but if we get him, then I hope it works out for the better. If what we do need, we need a center mid. Yaya Toure is gone. Personally, I'm not a big fan of Gundogan. I think he's too lightweight for the Premier League. Yeah, like, he's good. He can do a job, but I don't think he's... A
technical player, but not a physical player?
Yeah, like, Fernandinho is, like, the perfect type of player for the Premier League, where he's technical and he's also rough.
And bulky.
I'm sure they'll pick up one more. They have plenty of money left.
Yeah, like, that's where I think our money should go.
You guys are one of the highest spending every single season, so I wouldn't be surprised if you go pick up another big player.
Yeah.
I heard Pogba's unsettled.
What's new?
Yeah.
The ultimate switch.
Wait, I want to talk about the Chelsea manager, because this has been something that's going on for a while. What do you guys think is happening there?
So
I don't know what's going on with Chelsea. Chelsea are pulling an Arsenal from 12 years ago, where they're saving up for a stadium and are essentially fucking up their entire...
it's not even only that. So one, there is the stadium, but two, they're in the weird scenario where if they get rid of Antonio Conte, I think they have to pay... I've heard different values, but it's anywhere between 20 million euros and 20 million pounds, around that range, for his staff and him to get released as a result, because he has 1 year left on his contract. Not only that, there's also, they have to pay a release clause for Sarri from Napoli, which is the coach that they're trying to get. So on top of that, they would then have a double fee, which is then all that gets taken away from then their transfers, right? So now they're in a predicament. Do they want a coach and then way less money to spend on a transfer, which is essentially a good player? That's the issue that they're coming into. So the way I look at it, at least if I'm them, management-wise, I would be like, okay, one, Antonio Conte can get it done. We know that. He's got 1 year left. Whether the players back him is the main thing. Like, if you have the players that are pushing for him to exit, then, you know what, you got to get it done and unfortunately sacrifice at that point. But if they're not necessarily, then I would consider keeping them for the year, because the amount of money you're going to be able to take at that point and then put into another player, it's going to be quite a bit. But I think from what I've heard, Hazard's kind of a little pushing for him to leave, so I think they're just trying right now. They're just trying to negotiate a fee. They're trying to negotiate a fee with Sarri and Napoli. Well, not with Sarri, but with Napoli, trying to see if they can get something that's on the cheaper end for him to leave and go to their club. So also, that's being held up.
So apparently Roman Abramovich just became a citizen of Israel.
Yeah, because he got kicked out of UK.
Yeah, because his UK visa expired, so he's been looking for like somewhere to go, and now he just got his Israeli citizenship, so
nice.
He's not a UK citizen anymore, so like he might just be like
politics 101,
fucking off somewhere.
It's not a big deal. He can
Russia, Israel.
He didn't even watch the FA Cup final because he was trying to get his visa sorted out.
He can still go and visit, kind of thing, and he can probably leave for almost like, I don't know how it is in other countries, but for Canada, you can almost leave for like, you have to come back by like the 6th month. Like to wherever you're like, at least to Canada, but that means you can essentially go almost for 6 months to like another country and then stay there. So that's quite a bit of the season.
Yeah, I think that's it.
And then all you do is you fly back and then fly back again or something.
Yeah.
Reset it.
Rich kids.
But yeah, so I guess
he's the richest man in Israel now.
Fantastic. Started from the bottom, now we here.
That is started from the bottom. Anyway,
there was another.
Well, I mean, he literally started from the bottom. Oil money.
I guess the other major transfer in the talks.
Wait, is it?
Yeah, man.
I thought it's from something.
I heard it was nefarious
Mafia?
endeavors.
Nefarious endeavors.
Yeah. I'm not joking. I think he started off in that, but then he kind of just built up into more legitimate companies and just went from there. Although, how legitimate? I mean, Russia's pretty notorious for being kind of corrupt on the business side, so
I don't know what you're talking about.
Don't hate at me, Russians.
Neither does the English FA, and neither does FIFA.
Yeah,
coming
from FIFA. Yeah, FIFA's probably even worse, way worse. But I guess going to the other big speculation transfer-wise, which is pretty reputable, would be the Griezmann to Barca, maybe. But right now, it sounds like it's not going to happen, actually.
Yo, I got it. He sold imported rubber ducks from his Moscow apartment. That's it. That's how he became a multi-billion-dollar guy, dude.
Dude, were they imported rubber ducks filled with cocaine?
Yeah.
What are you talking about, dude? Let's do it.
Wait,
Okay,
you don't you don't drop like $1,000 on a rubber duck?
I'm gonna look up imported rubber ducks.
Yeah, man, liberal government for the win. Woohoo!
Okay, let's see. Let's calculate the margin on this, right? Rubber ducks on Amazon. Anyway, guys, keep talking.
Okay, yeah, but Griezmann, that was going back and forth whether he will or won't go to Barca. It sounds like Atletico is doing everything to stop that. He has 4 years left on his contract. I actually am unsure if he has a release clause, but if he doesn't, I can honestly just see Atletico being like, no, you're not leaving.
Yeah, but I mean, the Atletico fans booed him in the final, so like, or his last league game.
Yeah, but I mean,
it was that too, so he might be more inclined.
Maybe
to
they're
now,
booing him because there's so much speculation of Barca or something like that. I don't know. It'll be interesting to see how that plays out. I think if Barca gets them, that's gonna be a great player for them. How much they're gonna have to spend will be the interesting part, and whether Atletico can replace them. It seems they always can. They always find a way to get another player that somehow replaces.
See, I don't know. Striker. We need to hire Atletico scouts. Like they've had the top goalkeepers in the last few seasons.
And they've been
just
always making the top
Gea,
strikers, from Diego Costa to Griezmann as well.
I think it's more down to Simeone than
probably. I was hoping that somehow Chelsea was going to get him as far as manager goes. But
he'd be the perfect fit.
He'd be great, but it's dead. I think the only way he's ever leaving Atletico is he's going to go back to his club, which was Inter Milan, I think. I'm pretty sure he said that too.
Okay, so we can get a 50-pack of mini rubber ducks for $23.99, right? And it's free to Monday delivery, right? So let's say we sell them for $30. We make a $6.01 profit on that, right? And then let's say if you go to a small country and we manage to sell 50,000, right? We'd be making approximately $6,000 from that. I think
that's tuition for one of us.
Yeah, I'm just struggling to see how we became a multi-billion dollar.
I'm telling you, cocaine-filled rubber ducks.
Okay, let me search that up and see if anything comes up. Cocaine, rubber ducks.
Oh, and I'm not sure if we covered this on the last one, but Carlo Ancelotti is officially the manager of Napoli, which
0 results.
Napoli.
Yep.
I got 0 results.
Cocaine. It's a conspiracy. Conspiracy.
That's weird. Okay.
Wait. Did you say Napoli?
Yeah.
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 Oh, wait, what? Sarri left already?
No, he's gone from them. He's a free agent.
Oh!
Yeah, it's Carlo Ancelotti.
Oh, shit.
Oh!
There you go, bud. He's going to Chelsea for sure.
No, that's not necessarily true. He's left a while ago.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Apparently Zenit's actually trying to get him, too.
That's wild.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
Oh, Mancini joined Italy. Yep. He's Italy manager now.
And Balotelli scored.
Yeah, and he called up Balotelli for the first time in 4 years, and he just came on and scored. And so lit, man.
Freaking Balo. Also Nabil Fekir to Liverpool, 60 million.
You guys do not need more attacking players, man.
Mate, let Klopp take his revenge. The Lyon midfielder.
France, right?
He plays for the French national team, called up for the World Cup.
Wait, is that done official? I don't think that's official.
I mean, as far as I know,
it's almost official. I
haven't even heard anything about it.
It's almost official. No, it's been in talks for quite a bit.
Tristan, you're the transfers guy, man. I'm disappointed.
Hey, you know what? I get stuff
also,
when it's
Bobby
legitimate.
Firmino tapping up
Tuchel going to PSG. I get stuff when it's pretty much guaranteed.
Well, you gotta be faster than that. You gotta be ahead of your game. And you gotta have.
I mean, this isn't technically transfer, but it's all slightly off topic. But the MLS awarded Cincinnati a franchise team, so congrats to Cincinnati.
Wait, what?
MLS Cincinnati got a team.
Cincinnati.
Oh,
yeah,
really? Cool.
I'm surprised Vegas doesn't have a team.
Hey, they just got a hockey team. You gotta give it one step at a time. They're pretty tiny as far as population.
They just all be drunk at the same time.
Oh, and what? They went to the finals too?
Yeah, they're in the finals.
First year in the league to the finals. Anyways, we'll get off the hockey topic. But as far as that's concerned, I think that's kind of a wrap-up of the transfers. The only other thing that I've heard of in the rumor mill was Icardi from Inter going to Chelsea potentially, or maybe a swap deal with Morata and him going the other way.
Cardi B?
That could be interesting.
Cardi B?
Cardi?
Cardi B?
Cardi
no.
B. Cardi B.
So yeah, that is basically my wrap-up of everything that I've heard.
Okay, I just quickly want to mention this. Raheem Sterling has been demonized for having a tattoo of a gun on his leg, and basically the media's been completely ripping on him before the World Cup, which is classic media. And the reason he has the gun on his leg is because his father was shot down when he was 2 years old. His father wasn't 2 years old. Sterling was 2 years old. Anyway.
I'd be concerned if his dad was 2 years old.
Yeah, that'd be weird. Anyway, that's the reason he has the gun. And
I guess now he does all the shooting with his right foot.
Yeah, that's also true. But like the media have just like hopped on this wagon of just completely demonizing him because he's their favorite player to demonize, and it's just really easy to demonize English players, and they love doing it.
I also don't see how a tattoo at all, how they can even comment on that. Like, it's a personal thing. I don't see why.
And fucking Pierre Morgan, the absolute retard, came out and said, how can a player have a tattoo of a gun and go into a World Cup and play with like many people watching? Like, what the actual fuck?
Yeah, I mean,
this is what the world has come to.
Yeah.
Like, should we ban all films with guns? Like, is this what
little
you want?
kids are playing Call of Duty already. I don't see the point in this.
Yeah, I see like 9-year-olds playing COD. I'm like, yo, okay.
And we have already
They
like
probably
proven,
know.
or at least studies have shown, that those don't sensitize kids really to like being more murderers and anything like that. So how would a tattoo on a player at that point as well? I don't really see the point, but
just like, are you looking for
people are
something
gonna
to
pick
cause,
on
like,
stuff for picking on it?
conflict?
Yeah, no clue.
So
also, happy birthday to Stevie G, the man, the legend.
yeah, I'm sure he's having a good time celebrating.
Well, you know, he's
he's planning for his Scottish Revolution. He's planning for his Scottish Revolution, the war against Brendan.
He's gonna stop Brendan winning the league again, just like he did at Liverpool.
I'd be impressed if he does that, to be fair.
I don't think he's going to. Celtic are too powerful.
To wrap this up, guys, we should do. We haven't done this in a while. Our golden dude and biggest disgrace.
Oh yeah, biggest disgrace of the week. I don't know, guys. It's a tough one.
Well, that is brought to you by Gary Neville. And who do you guys think our biggest disgrace of the week is on this one?
I don't know, man. I have no idea.
I don't know. Maybe the Sun.
I think I'll give it to Bale for not getting a hat trick in that game.
You know, I'll give it to Zidane for being a ball fraud and not starting Bale.
Okay, this is pretty obvious.
I'm kidding.
I'm sorry.
Obvious,
like, it's sad, but it's
like
true.
The most
Loris
obvious thing
Karius.
ever. Yeah. See. Yeah, sad as it is, there is no denying that Karius has absolutely cost Liverpool a fair shot in this final.
Absolute disgrace they are.
As sad as it is.
And I guess that brings us to our next award, which is our Golden Dude of the Week. Brought to
on the other side of the spectrum.
Yep.
Goes to
Gareth. I don't know about
Bale.
you guys, but I guess on this one, I'm gonna have to give it to Gareth Bale for that final.
Pretty obvious choice again. Yeah, I guess.
As a substitute too. That's
potentially his last game for Real Madrid too.
Yeah, I think
potentially.
So. I do. You know what?
There is a Super Cup coming up, the Madrid derby.
He's also. I also want to shout out Modric. He was fantastic in that game, man.
Oh yeah.
He's just so classy. Like, people don't notice the work he does, but he's so
arguably
classy.
One of the best central mids in the world.
Yeah, definitely, 100%.
He's getting up there in age too, and he's still pulling it off.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, how old is he now? Like 31 or
around
something?
that? Yeah, that's what experience does for you.
32. Yeah. Anyway, so Golden Dude.
I guess.
Gareth
Bale. That wraps up the Champions League.
Wraps up our 20th episode of Football Mezzanine. We've come a long way since our very first one.
Thank you all for joining us on that travel, that journey. That was what I was looking for.
All who have. Here we go. And yeah, like again, to remind you guys, we should probably say this at the beginning of the episode, but we're on other platforms too, not just YouTube, and all of them can be found in our description if you're looking for just like the audio version.
Yeah, if you want to download it, listen to it in the car, at home. Although we are biased towards YouTube because that does probably help us the most, I guess, beneficially.
But yeah, like it's available for you however you want to listen to it.
If you guys don't want to use,
if you prefer like iTunes or Google Play, you can subscribe to us
But
there.
in either case, don't forget to subscribe to us on YouTube. We would appreciate that. Share with your friends if you think they'll enjoy it as well. That'll help us out. And then like the video too if you enjoyed this as well.
Yeah, as well as we also have Facebook and Twitter pages. So
and we will be covering the World Cup and the latest transfer news. So
yes, we will with Tristan with the transfer news. Tristan's transfer news.
Tristan's transfer news segment.
Yeah.
Could always make that into like a short or something. Tristan's
and Srikar's gonna upload more short videos when he stops being lazy.
Who? Me?
Shrikar.
No, I'll do it. I'll do it for the transfer.
Yeah, we need to get on those football mezzanine videos. It's just so hard with school.
Yeah.
Yep. We'll find time. We'll be back again for the World Cup.
Ooh, yeah.
And here's to us signing off on this 18-19 European season.
17-18.
I'm Shrikar. 17-18.
Getting ahead of yourself.
My bad, guys. My bad.
More to come, though.
It's been a long week.
But thank you very much, guys, for coming out and listening to us on this 20th episode. This is going to be Tristan signing off.
Yeah, I'm Edge.
And I'm Shrikar.
Peace out, guys.
We'll see you soon.
Beep, boop, bop.